baby bunnies versus adult rabbits. While they're both the same species of animal, the difference between a bunny and a rabbit is so big that honestly it sometimes feels like that they are a completely different species. And if you're new to rabbit care and you're planning on bringing a rabbit home, there can be a lot of contradicting information about what you should be feeding your rabbit, what you should be feeding your bunny. And so today I am going to tell you everything you need to know about caring for a baby bunny versus caring for an adult rabbit. Depending on the age of your rabbit, the type of food, the type of care, the kind of responsibility is going to be completely different than it will be for, say, an older rabbit. So hello Buns, welcome back to our channel. Before we jump in, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers, and I would love to hit it by the end of the year. So if you are not subscribed yet, make sure you do that so that you can get fun bunny videos like this every single week. So when I'm talking about a baby bunny here, I am talking about a bunny that is between 12 weeks of age and 4, 5, 6 months of age. We are not going to cover rabbits before the age of 12 weeks in this video because a rabbit should not be going to a new home before the age of 12 weeks anyway. So that is the age range we're going to be dealing with here, and an adult rabbit is really anything that is 6 months of age and older. Let's start by talking about the diet of babies versus adults because there are huge differences here. Now, an adult rabbit has a very standard rabbit food pyramid, the biggest part of their diet being hay, and that hay is typically either Timothy hay or orchard grass hay. Then next up on that pyramid is greens, so a salad, leafy greens that they have every morning. And then for treats, they'll maybe have some fruit, some forage, a little sweet treat for the end of the day. Adult rabbits also consume Timothy-based pellets, so really all of the hay that they are consuming is Timothy-based. It's very high in fiber and good for their GI tract without being fattening. And on top of all of that, adult rabbits typically will enjoy consumable toys. Like I give Cinnabun palm leaf bowls all the time. So just little things like that that are consumable outside the world of their regular diet, those also are things that can be given to an adult rabbit. Baby bunnies are a little bit different. Because baby bunnies are growing, they're not going to be eating Timothy and orchard grass hay. They're going to be eating alfalfa hay. Alfalfa hay is much higher in calcium, so it's really good for them when they're growing, but once your rabbit is 6 months or older, it doesn't really give them any health benefits because they're no longer growing. But for baby bunnies, alfalfa is key. So not only are they going to be constantly eating alfalfa hay, they are eating alfalfa-based pellets. Now, around the age of 3 months, you can start to slowly add in a little bit of Timothy pellets and a little bit of Timothy hay into their alfalfa just so they can start experimenting with that, and then over the next couple of months remove more alfalfa, add more Timothy in, so that by the time they reach 6 months of age, they're fully transitioned over to Timothy or orchard grass hay. Baby rabbits are not going to be eating really anything else besides their alfalfa pellets and their alfalfa hay. Their stomachs are so sensitive, so greens, treats, veggies, all of that should really not be introduced to your rabbit until they're closer to 6 months of age. And when you do that, you want to introduce it very slowly. I'm talking like 1 leaf of lettuce at a time. Now let's talk about their behavior. Baby bunnies are honestly very easy to litter train. Rabbits in general are easy to litter train, but babies especially because they don't have the routine set yet. If you litter train them right away, they're going to pick up on it very quickly. However, the issue with potty training arrives around the 4-month age mark with baby bunnies because that's when their hormones kick in. So you might notice that your rabbit who maybe last week was awesome with their potty habits suddenly are starting to pee outside of their litter box. That just means that their hormones are kicking in, and that means it's time to schedule their spay and neuter. Around the age of 6 months, you will spay and neuter your rabbit. I have a whole separate video talking about why you need to do that, how to do it, everything, so make sure you watch that. But just know that if these potty habits start to go out the door around the age of 4 months, it's temporary. Once your rabbit is spayed and neutered and those hormones start to slow down, their litter habits will be back. Baby bunnies also have a ton of energy. I mean, they're children. Think of it that way. They're gonna be doing so many binkies, zoomies. They're just so curious and interested in everything. So they just start looking at everything, running around. It's like having a little toddler, a little kid in the house. And because of that, they're also going to chew everything. A rabbit's teeth never stop growing, but especially as a baby, they don't know what the word no means yet, and they haven't really learned that there are things that are off limits to them. So make sure you're bunny proof because a baby bunny is going to be a terror in your home. As far as adults go, typically if your rabbit was potty trained as a baby, an adult rabbit is going to have really great potty habits. The only time your rabbit is really going to have an accident outside of their litter box is if their territory is being encroached on, if there's a big change in their environment, or maybe if they're sick. But hormonal accidents aren't really a thing for adult rabbits, especially if they're spayed and neutered. Adult rabbits are also a lot calmer. There's a common misconception that getting your rabbit spayed or neutered completely changes their personality. Getting a rabbit fixed does not change their personality. It's just that when a rabbit gets older, they become calmer. So you'll see them doing less binkies, you'll see them doing less zoomies. They'll still do them, but they're adults now. They're more mature and they're just a little more tired. Adult rabbits also are still going to chew, but typically in adult rabbits, chewing habits are more under control. They typically know what they are and are not allowed to chew, so they're not going to be a complete terror to your home, especially if you set those boundaries early when they were young. And because they're less high energy, they're just gonna be less destructive. Don't get it twisted. Rabbits are destructive. Make sure you bunny proof. But the difference between a baby bunny and an adult bunny is the baby bunny is going to rip everything up, where the adult bunny will just rip up some things. Now let's talk about the care of a baby bunny versus an adult rabbit. So an adult rabbit molts twice a year, sometimes more than that. So that just means a lot of brushing and a lot of grooming and just a lot of maintaining their fur. However, baby bunnies do not molt. They don't really molt until their first year. So you don't really need to brush a baby bunny. Adults, though, you absolutely need to keep up with their grooming, because if you don't, it can cause a lot of problems because they ingest that fur, they lick it off of themselves, and then it can get stuck in their stomachs and cause a lot of GI issues. On top of that, with an adult rabbit, you want to trim their toenails every month to 6 weeks. Where baby bunnies, really everything is growing a little slower, so you don't need to focus on grooming as much, at least in those first few months of their life. Now, something that you should do when you have a baby bunny is really work on desensitizing them early. Once a rabbit gets set in their ways, it's really hard to shake them of it. So if you're able to teach a baby bunny from a young age that certain noises around the house are normal, that you are normal, that maybe vacuum cleaners are normal, maybe going in the car to the vet is normal, just normalizing things to them will just make it easier for them to accept it as they're older. But once a rabbit really gets locked into the way that they see the world, aka when they're older and they've been doing the same thing for a long time, it's really hard to break them of their habits. And as far as vet care for a baby bunny, the big things are you need to go to a vet as soon as you get them, just so you can do an overall wellness check to see how they are doing. And then you need to have your spay and neutered scheduled. When it comes to adults, though, you really just need to take your rabbit to the vet once a year for a yearly checkup, their yearly physical, unless something is going on, unless they're sick. I hope this video was helpful in teaching you a little bit about the big differences between a baby bunny and an adult rabbit. All around, they are fabulous pets, but they do have big differences depending on the age that you get your rabbit at. So it's just very important to know those things going in so you can give them the proper care that they need and deserve. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in our next one. Bye, Buns!